Hey, what up, Card Kingdom family? Kenji back for some more drafting here on Magic Online. Some more Double Masters. This format is great. Can't get enough of it. Love the majority of Masters formats that they've come out with. They just feel super high power, kind of like a cube type draft. And yeah, we'll keep doing these Double Masters for a little while, I guess. Ooh, sorry, I got the hiccups. Anyway. Our rares in this pack are the Teferi's Protection and the Greater Gargadon. Rares that we're probably not going to take. Really, there are only two standout cards here for me. And remember, for Double Masters, you do take 2 cards in every first pack. So I think here we're easily just going to go with the Elvish Rejuvenator and the Gruul Turf. Love the big ol' ramp deck in this format. And between these Karoo lands and any of the creatures that can ramp you out or get extra lands on the battlefield, I just think these are probably the 2 best cards in the pack anyways. So there are a bunch of good aggro strategies you can do in this format, and we've done some of those here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel, but we've also done some lovely ramp decks, and I think those are my preferred methods. So I'm going to go with these 2 to start and see what we can do from there. Not a great secondary pack option. Ground Assault is, I guess, the thing that stands out to me the most. Remember, there is a Cryptic Spires in every single pack. Whether or not you take them early, that's up to you, of course. So plenty of fixing in this format, just in the Cryptic Spires alone. There is another Karoo land here, the Orzhov Basilica. I'm guessing I should probably just take the Ground Assault for some good, cheap, efficient removal here, though. I think if this was any of the green Karoos, I would probably take it, but the black-white one is probably the least useful, I would say, in the average ramp decks that I'm building, the 3, 4, 5 color ramp decks. So let's just take the removal spell here and see what we can get past after that. And we got 2 nice ones. Another Rejuvenator or an Annoyed Altasaur. I think it's a lot easier to get the win cons in this deck than it is to get the important ramp cards. So I'm going to just take another Rejuvenator here. Unburial Right's also fantastic. But yeah, this is just an easy Rejuvenator for me. I will play as many Rejuvenators as I can get. I think that card is that good. As we continue now, there is a little bit merit to take something other than Rejuvenator here, as we did get a River Hoopu, a Mana Leak. Rampant Growth is also fine. And then like Pirate's Pillage. I've been really happy with Pirate's Pillage in these type of decks too, but I'll just take another Rejuvenator. A lot of the times when you're drafting the strategy that I'm kind of forcing here, or maybe not even forcing anymore, but a lot of the times when you're doing the ramp strategy, you only see like 1 Rejuvenator. So the fact that we're getting 3 within the first, well, I guess 4 packs is a fantastic sign. Move on to the next pack, where we could take like an Augur Spree for good removal. Deadly Recluse is a surprisingly efficient, effectively removal spell. Or we can just take like the Cryptic Spires here if we wanted to. Kind of like the Recluse. People often call it the green Doomblade for a good reason, right? It's 2 mana for a 1/2 Death Toucher with Reach, so you can trade with effectively any creature. Yeah, we'll take that Recluse over the Spires, I think. Into perhaps a Rift Bolt for some extra removal. Atarka's Command is not so good when you're going this route. I guess this can put an extra land on the battlefield, but the 3 damage to an opponent and pumping your creatures is usually not useful in this strategy. Yeah, we'll just take the 3 damage burn spell here. Seems fine. I mean, I guess we could just be going red-green. It does look like we have a good red-green start as well, but I think the red-green deck is supposed to be more aggro. You have like your Bloodbraid Elves and your, what are they called? Burning Tree Emissaries, of which we've already passed a few, and you're just kind of trying to ground and pound, you know, early on. Cryptic Spires, basically over nothing. Easy pickup there for me. And we will continue. Oh yeah, Forbidden Alchemy here seems pretty good, actually. Sultai is normally the baseline that I go when I go these big ramp decks, so even though this looks a little bit awkward because I don't have a blue or a black card yet, I think in the end product of the deck, I would not be surprised if we end up playing the Alchemy. I like Summer Bloom a lot. I don't think it's always good. In fact, it's generally bad. But if you can pick up 3 or 4 of these bounce lands, this surprisingly becomes pretty solid. Now, this will probably end up being our first cut if we don't get there. But I do like playing this card in this version of the deck, or of the decks that you can build in this format. There is a City of Brass here if we want to take that. Sideboard Spell Pierce is never bad in this format. There are so many good expensive spells that people are tapping out for. In fact, frequently in my deck, Spell Pierce would just completely wreck us, but those are easy to pick up and we don't normally want too many of them, so City of Brass is a fine choice if we do end up in a lot of colors. As we get another Cryptic Spires on the wheel. Maybe you're going to run the Deranged Assistant too if we can get like Spider Spawning for the self-mill nonsense. Love this start though. Basically these are for sure plays, and then all of these are maybe depending on what we can do afterwards. And we have a lot of good fixing as well, so that is about as ideal of a first pack for me anyways as I could have. Maybe like a Hydroid Crisis or a Villainous Wealth would be better, but for the most part, I am thrilled with how this is going. Okay, moving on to the last few picks of the pack. Nothing much here. I don't think we'll be playing Initiate. Definitely not going to be playing any of those. Okay, and we will move on to pack number 2. Hopefully we can open a couple of good Mythics or Rares. The one big card that I am upset about losing was the Annoyed Altasaur, the 7-mana 6/5 reach trample with Cascade. But anyway, pack number 2, we opened a Wasitora, the Nekoru Queen. This is a good one. 5-mana 5/4 flying trample. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature. If they can't, I get a 3/3 flying cat dragon. So good bomb, good ramp card. Very, very easy first pick here. Question is, what do we want to take in addition to the big ol' cat dragon? And this pick is a little more interesting because there's not really anything that jumps out to me. There's like a Graveblade Marauder. Honestly, a decent wall a lot of the time. Agony Warp is okay. There's a Grapple the Past here, which is useful. Another Cryptic Spires, but given that we were wheeling a couple, I don't think we need to take Cryptic Spires very high. Shaman can be okay. I'm going to lean towards this Graveblade Marauder here, I think, though. Especially since we already have like 3 Rejuvenators, so a lot of early cheap creatures that we'll probably end up doing chumping with. And this is just a good blocker anyways on the ground. I am okay with that. Oh, yeah, baby. All right. Can never pass an Eldrazi. Not even Emrakul. I am just such a fool for those cards in this format. We are losing what? Deep Analysis, fantastic. Another Rejuvenator, Disfigure, some other fine cards, but especially with the ramp that I already have, no way I'm going to be passing the Ulamog. A couple of Vampire Sovereigns here. Revelark's pretty juicy. I'm going to go ahead and take the Boros Garrison. It is kind of awkward. Red-white doesn't really add much for us right now, but I think I like taking it here. It's another Karoo after all. And that gives us the potential to splash some other stuff if we want to. Other good cards in the pack here for sure, but we will take the bounce land. Okay, this pack is really weak for us. Some good green-white cards, Travel Preps and Dramoka's Command. Could take another Cryptic Spires if we wanted to. Could take the Vampire Sovereign now if we wanted to. I guess we'll take the Sovereign. Just a solid 5-drop, really. And this is common. It's a surprising all-star because not only is it a big flying win con, but the Drain can stabilize you or just push a lot of damage. Ooh. So this is another one that I like quite a bit, but It is a little bit trolly. I think it's better just to take the Altasaur here. There is an Eyeblight's Ending and an Either Snipe as well. I think I like the Altasaur a little bit more. And after that, we can just take all of the good cheap removal that we find, plus any more ramp. But I wanted to get one more big ramp card before we start taking more removal, or I guess any removal at this point. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. Okay, fantastic sign here for our next pick. We have a Coiling Oracle and an Elvish Rejuvenator. Yowza, yowza, yowza. I guess with Ulamog in my deck, I'd rather have another Rejuvenator, but I think the Coiling Oracle is just another fantastic card here. I guess, well, you know what? I already have 3 Rejuvenators. It might be better to take a 2-drop. And like I said, green-blue is normally the baseline for these strategies. Yeah, I think I like doing that instead. Webweaver Changeling's another one that's really, really good here. I think this is probably a replacement for the Vampire Sovereign too, anyways. Like, I'd rather stay green-blue as a baseline and then maybe splash a bunch of other colors. And Webweaver Changeling, really, really comparable to the Vampire Sovereign, but I think a little bit better, honestly. This can gain up to 5 life and just a little bit bigger booty, as we got a deep analysis here. Nice pickup. Helix is pretty fun. Is that a food chain too? Oh, man. Exile a creature you control, add X mana of any one color, where X is 1 plus the exiled creature's mana value. Huh. That's kind of spicy with a bunch of Rejuvenators, but we're not going to go that deep. Coatl is a decent pseudo removal spell. 1/1 flying, Death Touch Flash, kind of like a Deadly Recluse in a sense. Let's see, we're at 16 playable cards here. Yeah, so now I need to start taking the removal a little bit more aggressively. We passed that one Eyeblight's Ending, and then some like Lightning Helix type stuff, but hopefully we can get some others. I don't care for our Capture Sphere, though, as far as removal is concerned. I think it's pretty weak. Shaman's okay. Bant Charm is good removal, though the white is a little bit of a stretch. I guess we'll just take the Sphere. And remember, there's still one more pack to go, so feeling pretty good about this. Agony Warp here is fantastic. Cryptic Spires as well, but don't have to worry about that for now. Okay. Yeah, now we are leaning heavily into that Sultai. Seems good. The Great Worm Wield. I might actually... Well, this thing doesn't trample. That's the biggest issue with it. But I have played that card in this format before. It is definitely fat. Alright, let's go to pack number 3, see if we can find some more goodies. Oh my gosh, did we really just open Emrakul? Okay, and we opened a Wrenn and 6 actually. The Wrenn and 6, not that useful generally. Although we could still just take it if we wanted to. Alright, well I'm going to take the Emrakul because why not? We're going to have some fun. There's not really anything else in this pack for me besides the Wrenn and 6, I suppose, even though red is not really one of our main colors, but I guess green is our real main color. Everything else is just a splash anyways, so sure, what the hell. Why not? We got another Graveblade Marauder here, Disfigure. I love Washout as a sideboard card. Another Changeling, Settle Beyond Reality. I think another Graveblade Marauder here could be okay just to buy time. Or maybe I should be taking Cryptic Spires now. Yeah, we should probably take Spires. We do have some mana requirement issues. Let's go ahead and do that. There are ways to cheat out Emrakul, for the record. The most funny among them, I guess, is... Oh, you know what? There was a Joda going around. Joda would have been super funny with these. That's a way to hard... So Joda is the Jeskai flyer that I think you can play, like... Is it Wooburg? To cast any spell instead? That could have been a thing. Oh man, we have a Skin Render, Aqueduct, and an Eye Blight's Ending here. I said we need a removal, but I think we need to take the Aqueduct. Given that we have now 2 Eldrazi, I think the land has to be the right choice. A little bit unfortunate, but probably a necessity. Ulamog is castable, realistically. Emrakul, a little bit of a stretch, but what the heck. Why not have a good time? We'll probably end up running that other Coatl too. If this is wrong, you know, I don't want to be right. As they say. Sitting at 20 playables. Dragon Arch, unfortunately, does not work for the Eldrazi. We do have some good ones here, though. Rampant Growth, Cold Steel Heart, and another Karoo. Once again, black-white, bounce land, not as good. I think taking Heart here, Rampant Growth, can make sense. I mean, if I take the Basilica, I still get to take a bunch of spells. But yeah, the Basilica doesn't seem right. I guess I'll take the Heart here. Let's do that. Rampant Growth here versus Mana Leak. Mana Leak, another really, really good card in the format. I mentioned how good Spell Pierce is. Mana Leak, quite good as well. Another Changeling here, or over a Cryptic seems good. Okay. So, a little bit lacking on the removal front, and that's on me. I have passed a bunch of removal. But we have a game plan. We are trying to cast Eldrazi, so hopefully some of that can come to fruition. I mean, we have 3 Rejuvenators. Let's see as we get something here. Oh, our Ural. Just a 5/5 hexproof for 5. Oh, these are what I needed more of too. Pirates Pillages. We never saw more than the first one, did we? This is the second one we've seen since that first one in like pack 1. Oh, I have to take that. Another Coatl here maybe. I guess Coatls are removal, but they're not the removal spells that I want. Another Forbidden Alchemy here as well. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's see, that's 25 spells, 7 land. Good, sideboard washout. So I guess what's a cut here? I guess we just don't need the Wrenn and 6. That's my weakest red card for sure. The other one is a decent removal spell. The other one is a ramp plus fixing and whatnot. Seems better. Another Coatl for the board, sure. I will say this though. Emrakul and Ulamog are a little bit awkward with these Webweaver changelings, because they can just shuffle all of our creatures back into our library so we don't gain any life, but I think that's fine. So if you haven't watched any of my videos of this format before, if you have a couple of these bounce lands, it is very easy to run fewer than 17 lands. Because even though, yes, I'm trying to cast a silly 15 drop, you have to remember that these lands act as double lands. And so the fact that I have 3 of them means I can shave 1 land from the deck with relative ease. Anything in the sideboard that should come in here? Don't think so. I will say this. This is on the lower end of... This is playing to have fun. Realistically, the Emrakul is not castable. Ulamog is, but this is a deck that's trying to have fun. So if we go like 1-2 or 0-3, I'm not going to be surprised. But the whole point is that we're trying to do some fun things, not necessarily try to win. So let's keep that in mind as we move into our matches. We don't need more than 1 mountain here, I think. I'm going to make all of the Cryptic Spires green-blue, as those are our main. No plains necessary. Yeah, 1 swamp should be sufficient. 1 mountain should be sufficient. So that gives us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green sources. That's good. We do want at least 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue. That's good. Okay, I like this. This is a fun one. Definitely not a good classic deck, a classically good deck, but this should be fun, or at least we're going to try to have some fun anyway. So let's submit this and go to the first round here of this Double Masters draft with our double Eldrazi ramp deck. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this Double Masters draft with our double Eldrazi deck. On the draw here with, unfortunately, a mulligan, as we only have, oh my gosh, the 1 Karoo in our hand. Well, I think we should anyways probably go to 5 with this, although all we really need to do is draw perfectly. You know what? Let's keep this, put Emrakul on the bottom, and hope to rip some mana dorks and whatnot off the top. I don't think going to 5 is going to do us any favors, so let's see if we can draw some. Ah, good ones like that. Perfect. Okay. It looks like they're on the Dimir Aqueduct plan as well, so we'll play Oracle here. Drew Pirate's Pillage. All right, not shabby. I mean, if you look at it, we have 5 lands, but between those 5 lands, we have 7 mana, so we're actually not that far away from Ulamog, as crazy as it sounds. Okay, so let's get the Gruul Turf online, bounce the Forest. Pirate's Pillage also ramps us by 2 in essence. Probably going to have to play the Forest out and then just Ground Assault their Scab here, though. Yeah, I think we need to stem the bleeding, so... And we need to play out the untap land so that the Ground Assault does 3 damage. This is still going to hit us for currently 2 for a little while, but that's not the fastest. Next turn we can go Pirate's Pillage, discard a Forest, and then play the Aqueduct. No plays from them. Wow, another land. We only have 16 lands in our deck, so this is definitely a bit of a flood here. Not chumping, so we might as well attack for 1. Not chumping yet anyways. All right, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Only 4 away from Ulamog. And we have, what, 3 Rejuvenators, a Cold Steel Heart, a Rampant Growth. All of those could potentially let us cast it a little bit faster. All right, looks like we're probably just going to need to run out the Webweaver Changeling as a blocker for their Sovereign, though. Yeah, this is just really unlucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've drawn 10 of our 16 lands. 10 lands in the top 15 cards. So, slightly bad luck there, but what are you going to do? Need to draw like deep analysis next turn. Disfigure to finish off my spider, yeah. Extract from darkness. Hey, and they milled my deep analysis, and their deep analysis, actually. I mean, I don't really have a choice here. I have to fire off the analysis and hope we draw something, I guess. Oh, man, Summer Bloom would have done it like 2 turns ago. Spider's not good enough here, but I guess we can hope they don't have anything. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah. Close, but they have too many cards in their hand and an analysis in their graveyard, so probably dead here. You know what's really bad for us? Extract from Darkness is potentially an Eldrazi, right? Because we have 2 Eldrazi in our deck, if they just randomly hit Extract from Darkness, well, we kind of just lose. I mean, I'm dead to basically anything here. I don't know if there's a card that I can draw. This deck needed any of those X spells, like I was saying. Villainous Wealth or Hydroid Krasis or even Lavalanche would have been fantastic, but obviously we're very dead. I will say this, though, I think their deck looks beatable. I think our draw was just super unfortunate. Like, we drew all of those ramp cards way too late. We drew all of the lands in the beginning of the game, so kind of just an unlucky flood out, it felt like. Maybe we bring... No, we already have 3 Coatls, too, yeah. I think that was just an unfortunate draw. Capture Spheres, like... I mean, they did have a bunch of instant speed removal. I guess they had Disfigure and Agony Warp and stuff, which makes Winged Coatl worse. I guess maybe we bring in Capture Sphere over one of them. But yeah, let's just not mulligan and not flood out. All right, game number 2 after that unfortunate draw in game 1. This hand looks really nice, though. Get to go turn 3 Rejuvenator. Bunch of card draw effects here. That's exactly what we were looking for. Let's get the Aqueduct online since we have the Forest in hand. So that's going to let us go Forest Rejuvenator on turn 3. As they go with Summer Bloom. Yeah, I love it. See, why can't I draw Summer Bloom like that? So unlucky. Phew, did hit. I think I probably chump if they attack, just so they don't get a free loot. Bounty of the Luxa, nice. Rampant Growth. I guess we're just going to analysis here. Play out one of our Cryptic Spires. I mean, the bounty's really, really bad for us. That's going to bury us in card advantage, but... Again, our game plan is just to ramp out until Eldrazi, so... I'm probably supposed to just play Changeling next turn to block the Jeskai Elder. Oh man, they are also ramping very... Wow, they have... How much mana next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have maybe 12 mana next turn. How hilarious would it be if they actually got an Eldrazi off? That Marauder was a good draw. Let's go Rampant Growth here. Into Marauder, and then play another tap land. Okay, this is big. What is this? Magister Sphinx to put me to 10 life. Love it. Okay. That's funny. Have 2 cards left in their hand? Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, again, we need to just play out a spider here to block. And then we can go Alchemy end of turn. Although, I guess technically I should have Alchemied main phase, because in the very off chance that I milled 2 creatures, I could have gained a 5 extra life. But I think we do chump here. Otherwise, we're just dead to 1 more attack from the Sphinx. And that way now I only need to hit 1 creature with the Alchemy to gain 5 with this other spider. Oh, they have their Sovereign or something, maybe? Muldrotha! Oh, wow. That's awesome. Totally forgot that card was in this format. So they can play the Scab from their graveyard. Sweet. Love it. Alright, let's go ahead and Alchemy. Yeah, see, I would have hit. So I missed on 5 extra life with the changing last turn. That's too bad. Because of the Muldrotha, though, trading with their Sphinx is not even that good. In fact, it's pretty weak, but I guess it buys a little bit of time. Go ahead and take the Quaddle here anyways. And then let's go for Pillage here, I think. Discarding land. Alright, there's Ulamog. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we can Ulamog next turn. Okay, nice. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All right, so I can go ahead and Quaddle off of one of these treasures, no problem. This could be close. Okay. So let's go ahead and flash out the Quaddle. Hope that they don't have Agony Warp. Block as such. Can we hold? All right, so presumably they're going to recast Sphinx from their graveyard, but who knows? Funny thing is, if they do cast... Well, so they could either choose to have me gain 1 life if they recast the Sphinx, or they could choose to deal themselves 10 damage if they didn't want to have me gain 1 life. That's kind of funny. Alright, they're going to have me gain 1 life. Of course, that makes sense. And another Elder. Okay, that's fine. So this is destroy, not exile, right? Indeed. Alright, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So now we get to Ulamog the Muldrotha. And then pass. And then next turn we can Changeling to gain 5 life back. Because we're going to be taking 5 here. Well, this might be kind of close. We have Analysis and 2 Alchemies in our graveyard too. Abzan Charm. Oh, exile a creature with power 3 or greater. No. All right, that just kills us, right? 5, 6, 7. Puts us to 2, assuming they have nothing in their hand. Brutal. Stupid exile effects. So we're going to need to cast the Changeling first, then cast Analysis and draw... Oh, nope, that'll kill us. Good beats. All right, well, we did get to cast Ulamog at least once. We didn't get to cast Emrakul, but I think game 1 was just kind of unlucky. Game 2, man, wish we had Summer Bloom instead of them. We would have been able to do something, but that was fun. Let's try to do it. Let's try to get some ramp going on for the next 2. Okay, on to round number 2 here of this Double Masters draft. On the draw... with a mulligan of a hand here, I think. None of our mana dorks in our hand or ramp otherwise. Although 1 land would unlock Forbidden Alchemy. Yeah, we can do better on 6. And that is a much better looking 6. Okay, so we're going to keep this. I think we pitch the... I guess I'm going to pitch the Forbidden Alchemy here. Keep all the lands, the ramp, and the removal spell. Oh, well, there's a fatty. So notably with this hand, it would be a turn 4 Rejuvenator. Unless I can draw one of my forests. Because Garrison on turn 2 bounces the spires. Now thankfully, we do have the Cold Steel Heart to still play out on turn 3, despite only having red and white mana available. And that's a good sign if they're running Recluse. They might be a little bit more of a defensive deck. So if we can buy time... Oh, maybe not. I was going to say, if we can buy time... Oh, this is tough. I think we're still supposed to name... No, you know what? I'm going to name green here. Because we need to name either green or blue to be able to cast Coiling Oracle and Winged Coatl, plus we need double green for the Altasaur. So even though we have more green sources than anything else in our deck, and I cannot cast Agony Warp by naming green, I think this just unlocks too much. Post-combat Thrive is a little bit strange. That's a good draw. Okay. So I guess we're going to Rejuvenator here. I guess a land would have been just a better draw. And we just need another Cryptic Spires on green. Blue looks good. So we can Rampant Growth for a black source. So I guess the opponent's playing Abzan 1/1 counters then. That is a thing. Or like Abzan graveyard shenanigans. +1/+1 counters with like not dredge, but not unearth. What's that ability called? Anyways. Alright, green, blue, Oracle, see what we draw. Summer Bloom. Well, that's an awkward hit here, I'll say. Go ahead and grab black now. No attacks. Gonna go for a double block on the Connoisseur, assuming nothing else happens this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Privileged Position. Other permanents you control have hexproof. Okay, so I can't target their stuff anymore. But that's not that bad. This deck doesn't actually have that much removal, so... Black. Oh, wait, no, we can just go blue to Alchemy looking for land. Great. You know what? I guess I'm actually going to flash out the Quaddle now. Oh, I meant to bounce the Swamp. Whoops. Anyways, bounce the Quaddle now because I wouldn't be able to cast it after... Well, set. Whoops. Slight mistake, but shouldn't be a big deal. Because we can still just cast the Altasaur next turn and then... Cast the Altasaur next turn and then play the tap land. And so if I chump with one of these creatures, we actually get to unlock the Changeling gain 5, but I think we wait one more turn before we start chumping since our plan is Altasaur next turn anyways. Although it would be very awkward if I do Cascade into my other Changeling. Nope, we just hit another Alchemy. That's fine. There's Emrakul. Alright, let's take the Emrakul. Because if I don't take Emrakul, my graveyard gets shuffled anyways, and so this Changeling wouldn't gain 5 life. We are setting up a plan. Also, the opponent's not doing much. They're just playing Abzan creatures. Like, if they don't have a way to get rid of this Altasaur, they can't attack anyways, except for with the Recluse. What was that? Oh, Ambuscade, sure. Ah, okay, trample on any of their creatures with 1/1 counter. That's the last card in their hand, though. Yeah, no, we're not even looking that bad. I mean, it's not looking good, but it's not looking that bad. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is double block the Connoisseur. And then if they want to sack one of their creatures to protect it, that's good for us. Either way, we're killing one of their creatures here. Great, and now they don't even have trample. So I'm going to go back up to 8 after playing the Changeling. Ooh, that was a great draw to go along with it. So go back up to 8. If we could hit another Karoo here, that would unlock Ulamog next turn. We didn't, though. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we're going to need to draw an untap land to Ulamog next turn. But then Ulamog would kill the position, and then that would unlock Agony Warp. We are so close to stabilizing really, really well. Nice, no attack. Just need them to brick like 1 or 2 turns. Can we do it? Ooh, not quite. Okay, so let's... Now main phase, I think. 2, 4, 5, 6. We don't have anything else. Oh no, we have a Pirate's Pillage, so we don't want to tap out of all of our red. So let's go Alchemy, floating a red. There's the Pillage. Oh, there's also a Winged Coatl, which I think we want more anyways. Oh, we could deck ourselves though, couldn't we? So maybe I should take Pillage so I can shuffle away the Emrakul. That's kind of interesting. Safer to just grab Coatl though, because we can cast it with the 1 floating. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. We're 3 lands off of casting this Emrakul as well. How many lands do I have left in my deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we still have 4 lands left in our deck, so yeah. Can definitely get there. We might be able to double Eldrazi this game. Oh, that's a no. But they still don't have great attacks. But they can attack for sure here. If they just attack with a spider, I'm pretty glad about that. We'll trade with a spider. Ulamog, the privileged position, because everything else of theirs has hexproof. Alright, this will work out just fine. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Ulamog. Okay. And they don't have that many permanents, so Annihilator 4 looking pretty spicy here too. Big ol' flyer. Well, that's bad. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 permanents on their side. Ulamog's also a 2-turn clock, though, for the record. Oh. Okay, so we block the Connoisseur, chump one of the other 3/3s. Go to 5. Okay. Damn. I guess we're going to lose this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 3 lands. What else? Deep Analysis is in our graveyard, or in our deck. 3 lands, Deep Analysis. There should be another Coatl, though. But if I cast Alchemy, I think we just lose, right? So, only play here is to attack for 10, have them annihilate 4. We could still win this in a couple turns. We're going to make them sack effectively all of their permanents. And now they're going to have to... Actually, they have to block the... They have to block the Ulamog next turn, don't they? Yeah. No, you know what? We're looking okay here. Oh, this Marauder is also lethal by itself with 9 other creatures in my graveyard. Yeah, this is good. And they just drew a land for the turn, so we can shrink the Anointer down to 1 power. Okay, yeah, we win next turn. Perfect. No Ulamog, but we were close. We were at 13 mana. We were almost there. We just needed this Summer Bloom a little bit earlier, feels like. And then maybe some slightly different draws. Alright, so give this -3. Give this minus... Oh... Beautiful. All right, got him. Yeah, nice. All right. So Abzan creatures. I think Washout probably wants to come in versus them. And what are we taking out? Don't really want to take out anything. I guess I can take out an Alchemy, and then we'll submit this. Go to next game. And here we are for game 2 of this second round after we got him with the Ulamog in the first game. Our hand is lovely here for game number 2. Can cast Agony Warp, but 1 more land would unlock Rejuvenator, and any other green or blue source would unlock our other 2 creatures, just like that. Perfect. Yeah, this hand's going to be pretty hard for them to beat, I feel like. Ooh, do they have Experiment 1? If they have Experiment 1, they must have just drawn it because they didn't cast it last turn. Oh, or they're just randomly floating, sure. Okay, the perfect turn 2 play, Coiling Oracle. Boom, and we hit a mountain. Love it. Tuskguard Captain, alright. We might want to Agony Warp that before it can add a counter to itself. But I guess we have the Winged Coatl, which can just block at a later... Well, now we have 2 of them. Yeah, I kind of like just playing out the Rejuvenator, trying to find another green source so that we can just start playing out these changelings. Perfect. Well, we have all of our random vanilla creatures, but this hand is now actually all not that great. Need to find either Pirate's Pillage or ideally Deep Analysis. Start getting some extra card advantage back. Alright, darn, they did add a counter. So no more Agony Warp on that, but not the worst case. Hey, that's pretty good. We'll take that for sure. They might not have good removal for that. We saw like a skin render last game. What else? Aw, Eye Blight's ending. Alright, well that takes care of that. They are going to smack in for 3, sure. There's the pillage. Perfect. Let's go ahead and pitch one of these Coatls, and that gives us 2 creatures in our graveyard now. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. 2/3 of the way to Emrakul. And only 1 off of casting Ulamog if we find it. So now there's merit to chumping with one of our creatures if they attack, just to get that 3rd creature in the graveyard for the Changeling. Thrive, okay. So yeah, we'll just soak up 1 damage. These all have trample, so. Still take 5. Then we play out the Changeling. Gain 5 life back. And might as well attack for 1 since this is not chumping anyways. If they go for Ambuscade, we can Agony Warp. I didn't want to play out the Marauder because we want to keep our treasures since we have, well, an 11 and 15 drop in our deck. Gotcha, sure. Alright, we will flash out the Quaddle now to block the Captain. So take another 5, but they lose their biggest threat. And they only have 2 cards in their hand, so we are looking pretty good, I think. Another Changeling. Gain the 5 back. Play out the Marauder. Say go. What can they do versus such dirtly power? That's the question. Abzan Charm to draw 2 cards. Alright, that's fine. Oh, Arachnus Web. Okay, well, it deals with my Graveblade Marauder, but whatever, they still can't attack. Yeah, now we just Sit back. Probably going to draw Summer Bloom next turn and laugh, but what are you going to do? Ah, all right. Well, before that resolves, we probably should kill off. I mean, they only have one other card in their hand. I guess I can start attacking with my Webweaver Changeling. So we draw more land. Sure. Yeah, let's start attacking. We're up to 12 mana now. What do they just do? Battlefield promotion? Okay. Probably not even smart of me to try racing like this, but I mean, we have 4 damage versus their 3. All right, yeah, time to leave. Time to leave the creatures back home. Hey, there it is. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. And again, since they have the privileged position, that's the only thing I can target with Ulamog. But that's definitely good enough, I would think. And they've already used Abzan Charm, so no exiling with that card. But they could have access to Path to Exile or Settle Beyond Reality. A second Abzan Charm. Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. Oh no, what did they draw now? Please don't tell me they drew the big flyer. Oh, that's pretty annoying as well. 3/3 draw card. Come on, Deep Analysis. Come on, Forbidden Alchemy. Oh, they drew another spell? No. Oh, that's not that bad. They milled a land. Thanks. I appreciate that. They could have also milled my Deep Analysis, which would have been fantastic. Think that's something we hold on to. I guess I should probably play out my land because we have Deep Analysis in the deck. Because right now they can't get past my 3/5. Okay, well, they keep drawing spells. I guess the 1/2 Death Toucher can start getting in. Sure. Okay, 2 more mana. 2 more mana. We are so close. Can they stop drawing stuff, please? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that actually doesn't really change their attacks all that much. Because our 3/5 still blocks the majority of things that get a +1/+1 counter here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, so bounce here, jump here, take 1. Perfect. That's Emrakul next turn. Let's go ahead and ground assault the flyer, I think. They're going to sack it to Connoisseur. So, can they, if they just brick next turn, we get to Emrakul. Come on. Come on, one time. I guess even if they don't brick, I don't think they can kill me. No, what do they draw now? Oh, that's fine. We kill them, right? Oh wait, do I lose if they attack with everything? Oh no. If they attack with everything, I lose. Oh, but they missed it. They missed it. Okay, so now we get to trade with their Reach Death Toucher, take 8, play Emrakul and kill them. We got it. Let's go! Turn 15, Emrakul, hard cast. I would like to take an extra turn with a 15/15 flyer. Yes! And that, my friends, has made all of this worth it. Yeah, baby! We have successfully lived the dream. This deck is just stall, 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 Eldrazi. Stall, 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 Eldrazi. All right, 1-1. Let's get a 2-1, please. Game number 1 of the 3rd round, round 3 here of this Double Masters draft. And no guts, no glory. We're going to keep a hand of effectively 7 lands and Emrakul because why the hell not? Clearly this hand is going to need some help, but oh no, we're playing against the red-white aggro deck. This is fine. This is fine, trust me. No way that they're going to just kill us on like turn 5. Probably going to want to bring in the, oh boy. Probably going to want to bring in the washout versus their deck. Yeah, this is like the dream scenario for them. They're playing against the slowest deck ever, casting a turn 3 freaking deep analysis versus the double creature start. So I'm going to go to 12 here. Okay, well actually we've got a good draw now. We can go Summer Bloom into 1, 2, 3. Summer Bloom into Recluse plus Ground Assault. Ground Assault, the Iguanar. They might have God's Willing. They're playing like they do. Yeah, alright. Well, probably dead. This is one of our worst matchups for sure. One of the uber aggro decks in this format. We're not 100% dead, but we're going to need a lot of help here. Let's see. We would need to go like Forbidden Alchemy into Spider plus hit a couple of land or creatures to gain the 5. Okay, I mean, they only have 1 more card in their hand. Yeah, it needs to be Alchemy into Spider plus 2 other creatures, non-Ulamog. And then we actually have a decent chance. That is not going to cut it, though, so cast Deep Analysis and go to 2 and then die is the most likely plan of action. All right, well, I did keep a hand with Emrakul and 6 lands, so no surprise there. I deserve that. Let's bring in the other Coatl. Let's bring in the Washout. I mean, I really should be cutting Emrakul. I want to keep the Ulamog in, but I should really be cutting the Emrakul. Oh, I guess the Washout wasn't even that good versus them, was it? They had multiple hasty creatures. I mean, I guess it was okay on like the No, that's probably not even worth it. We'll just bring in all 4 quaddles. Go like this. I will be pleased if we can take a game off of red-white aggro as we move on to game number 2. That is very weird. Okay, no lands. Sheesh. And now we have none of our ramp cards. Wow, some very unfortunate mulligans here. All right, go down to 5. That is a 5 we can keep. Obviously going to pitch the Emrakul here. And I guess oh man, I really want the pillage, but we would need a red source. All right. We're going to need to draw like deep analysis for this to work out, but this hand has got bloom potential. That's fine. Okay. I think we're just going to quaddle this turn. Damn, wish I had kept that City of Brass, or I wish I had kept that Pirate's Pillage now instead of that Rejuvenator. Gonna go for the quaddle and block the District Legionnaire. Obviously, they could have any number of tricks here, but Helix, I guess? Sure. Okay, let's go ahead and Rejuvenator. Hit a turf, good. Just bounce the tap land, replay the tap land. 2, 4, 6, 7. We have 8 mana, so we want to draw like our Altasaur, Analysis, Alchemy. Lots of good draws here for us. They definitely have a God's Willing in their hand. There's Alchemy, perfect. Into like Spiders. Marauder's gonna have to do here. Yeah, they 100% have for, God's Willing in their hand. Not much I can do about that, though. Like I said, this has got to be one of our worst matchups possible. Lava Coil. Yeah, there goes my 1/4. And it's exiled, too. That's the worst part about this. Exile means we don't even get the value if we draw a spider. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so let's just go land pass. We're going to die to, like, Titan Strength or something for sure as well. They're probably just going to cast God's Willing to trigger, I would think. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, here we go. Hyena Umbra. Oh, man. 2, 4. I mean, let's Alchemy in response and see if we find Agony Warp. And then if we go for the Agony Warp, assume that they're going to have God's Willing. All right, we did not, though. So we're taking 2, 4, 6 damage minimum. All right, we're dead. We are so dead. Look, we cast Emrakul once. That's all I can realistically ask for. Oh, hold up. 1, 2. I do have 5 creatures in the yard. Hold up, hold up, hold up. There's finally a changeling. And a changeling gives us a small chance. Again, we're assuming they have God's Willing as one of the last cards in their hand. We are not necessarily out of this. We're just probably out of this. They're just thinking what to do here. That's not a good sign. Or maybe they're thinking about using the God's Willing to get in for 5 damage with the Legionnaire. Or maybe they're going to attack with the Legionnaire, I block with the Changeling, and then the God's Willing to kill my Changeling. Yeah, I'm guessing they're going to kill my Changeling here with God's Willing. That has first strike, so I can't flash in the Coatl and do this. Yep. Totally expected. Very obvious, but nothing I can do about it. Wait, protection from... Oh, that makes... Sure. They're giving it protection from black because they don't even need to do anything. The first strike just kills the spider anyways. Monastery Swift Spear, and they did top a card. Yikes. So I don't have the luxury of trying to get them by flashing it on their turn. I just have to use up all my mana as I can. Oops, we want a deep analysis here. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean... This is sad, but our winning play here is to ground assault that. And then hope that the Wasi-Tora can make them sacrifice the 10th District Legionnaire. Somehow. We're going to need a really good top deck again, obviously. And they did top something. Just another creature. That's too bad. Okay, I mean, have to attack here. So they're going to sack their Swift Spear. I play my Recluse. Pass. If they have 2 bricks in their hand... Yeah, I think I just chump. I think I just keep chumping here. That's okay. One of the perfect draws. Attack. Hope they don't have anything. Nice. Holy crap. Go back up to 11 and now I don't need to chump anymore? Did we just turn this around with some lucky top decks? We did! Ho ho, baby! Okay. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Well, now after seeing all that, I do think we should bring in the washout after all, but that was very lucky. Very, very lucky. I guess I'll cut one of the rampant growths, or the rampant growth. It's our worst ramp effect. I think Overcold Steelheart makes sense. Yeah, because this we can cast with any 2 mana technically, so if we have a situation where we have that Boros Garrison again. Capture Sphere, not great versus God's Willing, so I don't think we want it. Okay, on to game number 3. The third and final game versus red-white aggro. We have a terrible hand, so we're going to go down to 6. Oh no! I think I have to keep this hand on the draw and just pray we find a land. I'm going to pitch one of the Coatls since we have 2 other Death Touchers. Can we draw land? Okay, well, we drew a replacement Coatl. Land off the top one time, please. Okay, whew. Beggars can't be choosers. Not the land we wanted, but I will take it. Oh, here comes the curve out. That's unfortunate, but happens. We're going to go with Oracle here, because if we hit an untapped land... In fact, I should play this land out first. If we hit an untapped land, we can play another 2-drop. We did not, though. Dang it. So game plan, I guess, is Rejuvenator next turn, or if we do find another untapped land, 2-drop, 2-drop. Wow, they're going to go aggro Lava Coil my Iguanar, and it looks like they're going to Umbra, so I'm going to take 7 here. Go to 9 already? Yeah, I mean, we're basically dead. Let's see. Red, green versus... Yeah, the red-white doesn't do anything. Does it have Bolt or something? They do. They have Lightning Bolt. All right. Well, good beats. We knew this was going to be an awful matchup. We kind of stole game 2 from them by just drawing perfectly, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Hey, I'm just glad we got to cast Ulamog once, and we even got a game off of that round 3 opponent. But like I said, this deck was just for fun. We weren't actually thinking this deck was going to do any good. We just wanted to cast some Eldrazi in a limited format. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It was interesting. And yeah, we'll be back next week for some more. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, you can check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. Thanks for watching.